Hey, what's up, y'all? This your boy Jay Wayne, the Scalp King. But today we are not talking about scalping in the markets right now. We are talking about part 2 to the taxes and day trading taxes and how to calculate your taxes based on your state and your situation. All right, so the website is called SmartAsset. SmartAsset. Now, you go to smartasset.com and then click on the menu, click on taxes, and then click on income tax calculator. Now it brings you to this screen, overview of federal income taxes. Now this is going to do the federal taxes. You may have to do state taxes. I'm in Texas, so I don't do state taxes. If I did something in Michigan where they do state taxes, so I'm gonna do an old Michigan zip code 48175, Salem, Michigan. I'm gonna do married because I'm married. And then let's say I brought in $100,000 for the year. This is just an example. We're gonna do a couple of different ones. It's saying that my federal income is $15,339. But if you scroll down, it'll show you what the state taxes is. That's why I like this app, SmartAsset app, or the website. It shows you the state for that zip code or whatever, where Salem, Michigan, $3,757 is what you pay for your state taxes. So it's breaking it down for you. All right, so for me, I'm gonna do 76110. That'll be the zip code I put in, married. Now here's the thing. If you make a withdrawal this month, every month is probably different, right? One month you withdraw 6,000. Another month you withdraw 4,000. So on. They might be different, right? So how you go about it is this. You go to the calculator. Now let's say you brought in $6,000 this month. You want to type in 6,000 because what you got to put into the app is you got to put in what you made a year. It calculates based on the year. Okay, so follow me on this. So you're going to do 6,000 times 12. Okay, so you basically, if you make 6,000 every month for the whole year, you brought in 72,000. We know you ain't bringing in 6,000 every month exactly, but you have to do it for each transaction or each withdrawal like this. So you made 72,000. So what you want to do is you want to put that number in here, 72,000. Okay, stick with me. It's going to kick you out a number of $9,891. Okay, that's what it's saying, because it's saying basically you made 72,000 right now. That's what you got to pay. All right, so now 9,891 is what you got to pay off that 70,000. That's 72,000. Now what you got to do is type in 9891 and divide that number by 12. And that's what you have to put aside. $824 for withdrawing the $6,000. That's how you do it. Now, here's the good part. If you have an LLC and a business bank account and all that stuff, and you got a CPA that's going to take care of you and he know how to do all the expenses, you're going to come in slightly over. That's good. You're going to come in slightly over, and then you're going to have money left over. But it's safer to do it this way. All right. But the ultimate safe way to do it is constantly check in every couple months, every 3 months, or every quarter with your CPA to make sure you're on track. That's the best case scenario. But if you don't want to pay for that and deal with all that, this is the next best thing. Is to calculate it exactly like I showed you. Let's say I brought in $2,000 this month. Okay, so we're gonna go to the calculator. We're gonna go 2,000 times 12. That gives us 24,000. Go to the SmartAsset app, and if we brought that 2,000 in every month, it put us at 24,000 for the year. Now it gives us $1,836 that we have to pay. Now put that number into the calculator. 1836. 1836. Now divide that by 12 months. That's what you set aside off that $2,153. That's what you put aside in your savings account and save that up to the end of the year to pay your taxes. I do not recommend paying monthly, but if you're bad with saving, if you're bad with money, then just pay monthly. My CPA told me not to do monthly because you're gonna end up overpaying that way. And then you gotta wait for a long time to get your money back. And you know how that stuff go. And then if the government trying to mess with the IRS or shut them down, then that's gonna be even longer before you get your money. So just check in with the CPA every 3-4 months or whatever, but really just set this money aside. That's the main thing, is set this money aside in some type of account and just have it ready to pay your taxes at the end of the year. You can't go wrong with that. I'm gonna go through here and answer some questions in the comments of my last video. All right, so shout out to TBE. He said, so what do you owe taxes on? The money in your trading account, or only once you switch it to your Coinbase, or with it goes to your bank account? You're gonna withdraw $6,000 from your broker account. It's gonna land into Coinbase. But what you need to pay taxes on is that money, that transaction, when you sell. When you sell and convert that crypto into money, into cash, into your bank account. That money that you're withdrawing from Coinbase to your bank account. That's most likely that $6,000, right? It might be a little less, but that money is what you're paying taxes on. So hopefully that answered your question, TBE. Adrian is the one that was asking about, do I have to have an LLC? What if you just want to pay your taxes and be done? Like I said, if that's how you want to do it, if it feels easier for you, you ain't got to go through no paperwork. You ain't got to go to no bank branches. You ain't got to do none of that. But you don't mind giving up your money to the IRS, then do what you got to do, bro. But you gonna pay heavy capital gains taxes, and you just don't have to do that. You know what I mean? If you create the LLC, like I said in the last video, and you create that business bank account, capital gains is gonna come down because you're gonna have a bunch of expenses you can write off. You can't write no expenses off if you just paying personal taxes. Welcome to America, baby. Welcome to America. That it's a business. America is a business. So I don't know, maybe you're not from America, but it's a business around here, and we have to function. We have to play the game just like the big dogs play the game. Shout out to Black Wall Street. He said, what about doing an LLC as a trader content creator? So if you watched my last video, I was talking about different ways you can create the LLC. You really don't want to be like a coming off as you got a license to trade for people, unless you do. But he's saying, well, what if I can create a one about a content creator as a trader? That's cool. So it needs to say that. I would have it saying it in the LLC, trading content creation LLC. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it, like, keep it simple for the banks to, you ain't got to fight with the banks. Trading content creation LLC, something like that. That's how I would do it. So Timothy Tim said, do you deduct losses? Shout out to Timothy Tim. So unfortunately, if you have a foreign broker account, you ain't gonna be deducting losses. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be deducting losses because you're not paying capital gains from that foreign broker account. So there is no deducting losses. If you have a US broker, then you can skip Coinbase and you can just deal with the wins and losses and the capital gains inside of that US broker account. So some of y'all is only trading futures, right? If you don't have a futures account so you can practice and, you know, do stuff like that, you need to have NinjaTrader as your broker. So you can practice and learn how to do your futures or operate your futures on those platforms, okay? You need to have NinjaTrader. The link is in the description below. They're phenomenal. But like I said, if you're trading on a NinjaTrader platform or any platform that's in the US, you're gonna do capital gains and deduct losses right in that broker account, all right? And that broker account that's in the US will report you to the IRS, which is okay. All right, but there's no need for Coinbase at that point. To catch up on my last video that talked about the day trading taxes and LLCs, how to properly set it up with the banks, click on the video below. It's going to lace you all the way up. Don't forget to like this video and share it on social media, y'all. Share it with 2 friends. We trying to get the word out about doing these day trading taxes. Nobody talk about it that much. All right. Peace. Love y'all.